Glad to have your company on Prime TV News this evening. I'm Iftia Abdul Kader. A look at your headlines first. The Met Department requests the general public to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by lightning activity during thunder showers. Minister Mangala Samaravira briefs the UN Peacebuilding Commission on peacebuilding and transitional justice processes in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka has further improved its press freedom. Christians throughout the world mark Good Friday, the commemoration of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. And on news overseas, U.S. President curses the appointment of Special Counsel Robert Mueller. Today is Buck Full Moon Poya Day. The significance of Buck Full Moon Poya is historical since it marks Lord Buddha's second visit to Sri Lanka. This is noteworthy as Buck is a month of national importance as well. According to Mahavansha, Lord Buddha could foresee an imminent war between the two Naga kings, Chulodara and Mahodara, uncle and nephew, over a jewel-studded throne that made him think of visiting Lanka for the second time. The Naga king Maniakita, of Kalyani mother's brother to the Naga Mahodara, who had come to take part in the battle and who, aforetime, at the Buddha's first coming, having heard the true doctrine preached, had become established in the refuge and the moral duties, prayed now to the Tathagata. The independent television network telecast Savanak Ras live program from Shaila Talarama Vihara at Katupota in Pothuweva. The program was organized under the guidance of the Venerable Bogahapitiye Dhammissara Thera. The main Anushasana was delivered by the Venerable Polpiti Mukalane Panyasiri Thera. Many meritorious activities took place throughout today. The Shasanaloka program conducted by ITN FM was held centering Sri Shaila Talarama Temple at Katupota in Pothuweva. The donation of books and pirikara to novice monks took place under the Shasanaloka program today. Christians throughout the world mark Good Friday today, the commemoration of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Good Friday marks the culmination of the 40-day period of Lent, where Christians undergo acts of penance, of mortification and meditation. The Holy Week, leading to Good Friday, witnesses intensified devotion and acts of fasting and participation in the way of the cross, tracing Christ's final journey to Calvary before his crucifixion. The main service is the 3-hour vigil beginning late noon, where the faithful flock in their multitudes to follow in every stage of Christ's agonizing journey to his death. In Sri Lanka too, churches throughout the country made all arrangements to commemorate the Passion of the Cross at the Good Friday services today. The Department of Meteorology says that the prevailing showery weather condition with severe lightning activities will continue in the next few days. General public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by lightning activity. Showers or thunder showers will occur in most parts of the island. Heavy falls about 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in Sabaragamuwa, central, southern, Uva, western and northwestern provinces, and fairly heavy falls about 75 millimeters can be expected at some places in north central province and Vavuniya and Mannar districts. Light showers may occur in the western and southern coastal areas in the morning. Showers or thunder showers are expected to occur at several places in the sea areas of the coast, extending from Kankesanture to Batticaloa via Puttalam, Galle and Hambantota. Heavy showers or thunder showers may occur in the sea areas of the coast, extending from Mannar to Matara via Colombo. Winds will be southwesterly in the sea areas extending from Kankesanture to Matara via Colombo, and winds will be southeasterly or variable in direction in the other sea areas around the island. Wind speed will be 10 to 20 kilometers per hour in the sea areas around the island. On to a headline-making story. Minister Mangala Samaravira emphasized that Sri Lanka has gained many victories over a period of 4 years since 2015. He made this reference participating at the ambassadorial level meeting at the Peace-Building Commission in New York. Minister Mangala Samaravira, who is in New York to participate in the Financing for Development Forum of the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations, was invited by the Peacebuilding Support Office to update the Peacebuilding Commission on the peacebuilding and transitional justice processes in Sri Lanka. Addressing the gathering, the minister said that despite several challenges, the government has managed to achieve much more than even some had imagined in multiple areas of policy and legal and economic reform in just over 48 months since January 2015. This includes the 19th Amendment to the Constitution and the setting up of the Constitutional Council and independent commissions, the Right to Information Act, the Victim and Witness Protection Act, criminalizing enforced disappearance, introducing certificates of absence through legislation, setting up the Office on Missing Persons, and more recently, the Office for Reparations, making Sri Lanka more free and open, making governance more transparent and fiscally responsible, becoming a party to the optional protocol to the Convention Against Torture and assigning the Human Rights Commission of Sri Lanka as the national preventive mechanism and greater engagement with the systems and procedures of the UN. He further said that the political crisis tested our democracy. The peaceful resolution of the crisis in line with the Constitution and the rule of law was clearly a triumph for those who stood firmly on the side of democracy, values and progressive reform. The minister recalled that especially as this year and the next year are election years, this is the time that the people of the country who stand on the side of democracy and progress need the support of the international community the most. Sri Lanka has further improved its press freedom and ranked in between Uganda and Zimbabwe in the latest version of the World Press Freedom Index compiled by the Reporters Without Borders. In the 2019 index of the Reporters Without Borders, also known as Reporters Sans Frontiers, Sri Lanka ranked at 126 out of 180 countries, going up 5 notches from last year's rank. In 2018 index, the country ranked at 131 and it ranked at 141 in 2017 index. According to the 2019 report, Sri Lanka ranked among Uganda and Zimbabwe, which ranked at 125 and 127 respectively. The RSF index said President Maithripala Sirisena wanted to reopen the investigations into all the murders of journalists during the preceding dark decade, 2005 to 2015, when Mahinda Rajapaksa was president. Some progress has been made in the investigation into Lasantha Vikramatunga's murder, but almost all the others remain unpunished. As usual, Scandinavian countries dominated the first 10 ranks of the index. Norway tops the rankings, followed by Finland, Sweden, the Netherlands, Denmark, Switzerland, New Zealand, Jamaica, Belgium and Costa Rica. Some neighbors ranked way below Sri Lanka, with India at 140, Pakistan at 142 and Bangladesh at 150. However, Afghanistan was ranked at 121, Nepal at 106, Maldives at 98 and Bhutan at 80. Turkmenistan was the country with the least press freedom, as it was ranked at 180, followed by North Korea, Eritrea, China and Vietnam. You're watching Prime TV News, and still on local news. A person was killed and another sustained injuries when a leopard attacked a group of laborers working at the Kumana National Park and dragged a man away last afternoon. The leopard had attacked the group of laborers who were attending to internal road development work in Okanda area at the Kumana National Park and dragged one of the laborers into the jungle. A group of 7 laborers who had been engaged in the transportation of soil using a tractor inside the park were resting under a shady tree after having lunch. Suddenly, a leopard attacked the group and went for one of them, but he was able to escape. One of the other men, however, was not so lucky and was dragged by the beast into the jungle. The deceased had been identified as a tractor driver named Selvathurai Ravichandran, aged 48, a resident of Sangamankanda area in Pothuwil. Director General of the Wildlife Department, MGC Surya Bandara, said that the worker who escaped from the clutches of the leopard had been rushed to Pothuwil Base Hospital and was receiving treatment for injuries he had sustained. He was later transferred to the Akkarepattu Hospital for further treatment. Pothuwil police are conducting further investigations on the instructions of Ampara SP Samantha Vijayasekara. One person died and 4 were injured in 2 accidents that happened today. One person died after the 3-wheeler he was riding toppled into a canal at the 4th mile post in Pituwala, Alpitia on Kahaduwa Road. The police said the accident had happened this morning while the deceased was on his way for duty. Preliminary investigations have revealed that the 3-wheeler had skidded off the road and toppled into a canal. 4 persons had been injured in an accident that took place at Kotugodala Junction in Kandy. The injured had been admitted to hospital. There had been a child among the injured. The police reported that the accident had happened when a motor car collided head-on with a van. One of the 2 suspects detained after being deported from Dubai yesterday, Mohammed Afridi Mohammed Inham, has been taken into custody by the Colombo Crimes Division. The police spokesman's office said that the 22-year-old suspect is a resident of Salamulla in Kolanava. The other suspect deported with him, Pial Pushpakumara Rajapaksha, has been released following further interrogation by police officers. 23 persons who had been detained in Dubai with Makandure Madush have been deported to Sri Lanka. It is reported that the Dubai courts has postponed its ruling whether to deport Makandure Madush to Sri Lanka until the 2nd of next month. The officers of the Police Narcotics Bureau have recovered 3.6 kilograms of heroin found concealed in the Kurundugaha Hetakme area last night. The police said that the drugs were found hidden near a garage located in close proximity to the Kurundugaha Hetakme interchange of the Southern Expressway. The discovery was made following a search carried out by the Police Narcotics Bureau officers at around 11:30 p.m. last night. No suspects have been arrested so far, while the PNB is conducting further investigations. U.S. naval ships USNS Millinocket and USS Spruance arrived at the port of Hambantota to participate in the annual naval exercise Cooperation Afloat Readiness and Training Exercise 2019. The representatives of these two ships had called on Southern Naval Commanding Officer Rear Admiral Kapila Pereira. This exercise will be conducted in two phases as inshore and offshore exercises, and SLNS Sayurala and SLNS Samudra of Sri Lanka Navy are scheduled to be joined in the exercise, stated Sri Lanka Navy. The main objective of the exercise is to strengthen maritime security and cooperation. It is expected to enhance bilateral cooperation through small boat handling, diving exercises, anti-terrorist operations, community welfare activities, sports and social services. The government is continuing to purchase paddy at a guaranteed price. The Paddy Marketing Board said that they have already purchased 1,600 metric tons of paddy from the Polonnaruwa district. The purchasing of the Yalla season harvest has commenced, and the Paddy Marketing Board has already purchased a large quantity of paddy from the farmers in the Polonnaruwa district from 21 warehouses. 1,600 metric tons of paddy purchase has begun in the Polonnaruwa district, spending 64 million rupees. The officers of the Paddy Marketing Board say the paddy purchases in Kaduruvela, Hinguraguda, Madirigiriya, Manampitiya, Valikanda and Vijayapura are in progress. Prime Sports is up next. The Cricket Selection Committee emphasized that Dimuth Karunaratne is most suitable as the Sri Lanka ODI captain for the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019 in England. It marks a significant turnaround as the country looks to change its one-day fortunes in the game's showpiece event. The appointment, ratified by the Minister of Sports, Harin Fernando, while signifying the need for new pastures, opted by the national selectors, headed by Chairman of Selectors Asantha Dimel, in giving the nod to Sri Lanka's most consistent run-getter in Test cricket, has also been influenced by Karunaratne's magnificent leadership in registering a historic first-ever 2-0 series triumph over South Africa in their own backyard. With Sri Lanka running into captaincy problems ahead of the World Cup, with two main contenders, Lasith Malinga and Angelo Matthews, having different issues with players and coach, the selectors had no other option but to turn to Karunaratne and hand the reins to him. For more information, visit www.itnews.lk. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.